Good morning, guys. We are going to be spending the day together today, but before we crack into the day, let's crack into the morning. I need a coffee and I need some breakfast. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new here, my name's Holly. I make food and fitness content, and if you're not new here, welcome back to the channel. Hello everyone, happy Sunday. It feels so nice to be back in the swing of things. Obviously I didn't upload last Sunday because I uploaded my Coachella vlog in the week, and it just made me feel weird. I didn't really like not having a video to post on a Sunday. So we're back in routine and we're back in the swing of things, and I don't think I will be doing that again for a very long time. I've missed you guys, but I hope you had a good week without me. So for this week's video, I just wanted to do a little bit of a daily vlog, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's been feeling like this. Today I feel like the clouds have cleared. I don't know what has been in the air for the past few weeks, but there has been something. Something has just been in the air, and I don't like to lean into things like, oh my god, Mercury's in retrograde, because I feel like if you see those things, you just immediately like, oh well, I'm gonna have a bad few weeks. And I don't like to do that, but I do definitely feel like Mercury kind of put me in the microwave. And I feel like I'm just coming out of the microwave. Like this morning felt like the first morning in a while where I've woken up and been like, I actually kind of want to get out of bed and I want to go and exercise. I'm not just doing it because I feel like for the past potentially like 6 weeks, I just feel like I've kind of been in autopilot going through the motions. Like you guys will have seen, like I still go on my runs, I'm still doing my cycles, I'm still doing my workouts, still training towards HYROX, but I just kind of feel like something hasn't really been clicking. And I feel like this morning, as soon as I stepped out of bed, I was like, oh. And the reason I wanted to document today is because today does really feel like the first day where I'm ready to kind of get back and tackle my 2024 fitness goals. I've obviously had a lot going on in my life for the past 2-3 months, and yes, I've been working towards my fitness goals, or I've been trying to work towards them, but my social life and moving has definitely taken priority over that. However, I do now feel like I'm settled. I feel like I'm ready to like get back to my goals and really kind of like tunnel vision in on them. And I want to show you what a day like that looks like for me, because I used to think that having goals basically meant going from like 0 to 100, and actually it's not about doing anything drastic or anything dramatic. It's just about implementing healthy habits back into your life and making sure everything you do is sensible and sustainable, not drastic. Because I'm sure a lot of us would have gone through the same thing when we were younger. When I would decide when I was 17 that I wanted to lose weight or I wanted to get on my fitness hype, I would go teetotal, calories would be cut right down, I would cut loads of foods out, I would put myself on 2 workouts a day, and that was just so dramatic and so unnecessary. And actually now I'm older, I'm just like, okay, like today I'm gonna get back into it, and this is exactly what I'm gonna be doing, and I'll show you everything, and you can just see it doesn't have to be anything crazy or dramatic. It can just be tiny little things that help you edge more towards your goals. There is also a fun few updates that I just want to share with you guys throughout this vlog. The first one, let's address the curly haired elephant in the room. So I have taken my hair extensions out. We are back for round 2 of the curly hair journey. But I do feel like good about it this time. I feel like I'm in a very different mindset to when I tried my curly hair journey last year. So over the past 6 months of even having those silly hair extensions in, I've worked really hard to build my own confidence back up, and I feel like my confidence is back up, and I've been really itching to like have my curls again, to the point where I was trying to like plait my hair extensions so they would like be curly and match my natural curl, and like trying to experiment with like wearing the top of my hair curly and then like hiding my hair extensions. And I was like, this is just really silly. Like I'm obviously wanting to like see my natural curls and have my natural hair, so I was like, it's just time again. So the hair extensions have been taken out. I went to see a curly hair specialist yesterday. Alex was so amazing. I've shared like a more in-depth thing on TikTok, so if you want to see like the whole video of that, definitely go over there. I'll link it in the description box as well. But yeah, we are rebooting the curls. But yeah, we're just tied up at the moment. I am actually dressed because I'm going to go out on a morning cycle. So that is what I'm going to do first. I'm also going to be showing you everything that I'm eating today, because like I said previously in the past, if I was having a day like today where I'm like, right, ready to jump back into it, those calories would be cut. But actually I want to show you exactly what I'm doing with my food on a day like today, just so you again can see that like it doesn't need to be anything drastic or crazy. I'm hoping to do my longest cycle ever today. I feel like me just saying that then literally summarizes the past few weeks. Me like, oh, like I hope I can do my 3 runs this week, and it's like, no, like Just say, I'm going to do 3 runs this week, make a plan, implement the plan, do the runs, tick the boxes. That is like, come on, like this is basically what I've been kind of doing over the past few weeks. I've been like, oh, like I hope I can do all my workouts this week. And then I'm not really like planning them or structuring them properly, which just isn't usually my normal style. But again, I'm being kind to myself because I have been so busy. But there comes a point in the time where you have to just implement discipline again, because I have big fitness goals this year. I want to achieve them. We'll go more into that after the cycle because I'm conscious that I'm chit-chatting again and wasting more time. But anyway, we'll jump into fitness goals post cycle. Okay, seeing as I am actually getting ready for my run, I thought I would talk you through the tiny things that I do know about cycling. So number one, the one thing that I invested in that I think is so worthy, these are fairly expensive, I think just because of the material, but bib shorts. These have really, really helped. I did get a special saddle put on my bike to help my hoo-ha, but it's still sore. Like if you're sat on that bike for 2 hours, it's gonna be a little bit sore on your vagina. So investing in bib shorts is really essential. These basically have, they literally look like they have like a giant diaper on them. They basically have like padding, so like all here and all through here, they just have like a big piece of padding, so it just protects it. Like don't get me wrong, you can still kind of feel it, but it's definitely not as bad. This is actually Lucy's top that she left with me that I've stolen, but the zip's kind of broken it, but I thought it was cute for cycling. It's from Adanola. And then I cycle in my New Balance. So when I went to pick up my bike, bless the man, was trying to sell me cleats, and I was like, sir, I will not be clicking my shoes into a bike before I feel fully confident on it. Like that's not gonna happen. And I had my like running shoes with me, and I was like, oh, I'll just cycle in these. And he was like, no, you need something more like a tennis shoe, so like these, or like a thicker sole trainer. He actually said like Vans are a really, really great cycling shoe. And this is my bike. So I got my bike from Specialized. It is great, it is amazing. I don't know if I needed something this technical for my first ever bike, but now I've invested in it, like I will have it forever. And I do cycle with Shock headphones, so I was a bit funny about wearing headphones when I first started. Is that going to say that? Yeah, I was a bit funny about wearing headphones when I first started cycling, because it's really, really important to be able to like hear around you and hear the cars, especially because some of the cycling that I do is on the road. But you guys know I am just obsessed with Shocks. I will like promote them till the day I absolutely die, because I just love them so much as a headphone. But they are great for running, and they're also great for cycling because you can hear the music but you can still hear everything around you. So they just feel really, really safe, and I never feel like I'm like not aware of my surroundings with them. Okay, this water has also been in here for like a whole week. Is that gross? The thing that I love about the Apple Watch Ultra, I think the normal Apple Watch does as well, is if you go on cycle on here, you can actually use your phone as like a tracker. So if you put it up there, I'm trying to think if I start it, it will show you guys. There we go. So when I'm cycling, I have this on my bike, and it shows me my heart rate, my kilometers per hour, elevation, how far I've gone, and the time that I've spent traveling. But we'll put that on pause for now. Right, without further ado, let's go out and get on this sunny cycle. Guys, oh my god. Okay, I'm actually doing it for the first time in my life. I'm literally going to get a snail's pace because the sweat's kind of falling over. I'm like gripping the middle handlebar, but here we go. Yeah, I feel like for the first 15 minutes that I could not find a gear that worked. Like my legs literally felt like, you know, like the Wicked Witch when she's like, her legs are just like spinning around. That was literally what I felt like on my bike. But I found my gear now, about 7k in. The sun is so nice. This is literally like the sunniest it's been down here in so long. It looks beautiful. I'm obsessed with the fact that I can do this now. I'm like, I could just film my whole cycle. Also, if I fall, like, I'm just gonna fall into the sand, and that's fine. I mean, it's still pretty fucking hurt, but yeah. Okay, I've just come off the beach. I'm just having some water. I am exhausted after that. I think I've done 12k so far. Oh my goodness. Oh, I really needed that. Right guys, just hit 20k. I'm currently in Marina Del Rey, which is so cute. I feel like I've literally been through every part along the coast of LA at the moment, but it's so stunning around here. I actually stayed here last year when I was here for a bit. Let me just show you how cute it is. I was actually looking at apartments here as well, so I was torn between here and then where I am based at the moment. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad about living here one day. It's so pretty. Like they have cute little cafes. This is just like a public promenade that you can walk along. Once everybody's got their like boats, it's great for running. Oh, not bad. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. First thing, I need that water. Where did it go? Why did I not put water in the fridge before I went? So silly. I have been severely humbled by cycling time and time again since I started. I remember the first bike ride I ever went on, I posted on my Instagram, I was like, it just doesn't really give me the same kick that running does. And everyone was like, you've literally cycled for like 20 minutes. Like, obviously you're not gonna find that tough. It's not really like a test. However, oh wow, that felt tough. On the way back, I was like cycling into the wind, and it makes such a difference whether the wind is in front or behind of you, because I was flying on the way there. And on the way back, I was like, I could just lie down. But I did a perfect 30 kilometer, so I'm really, really happy with that. I was listening to like Ibiza Party 2024, that in the sunshine. I was like, I'm at Ushuaia, I'm partying with my friends, I'm drinking 38 euro vodka sodas. This is great, I'm having a great time. Sometimes you just really need that visualization help, but I'm gonna make breakfast ASAP because I am ravenous. I was thinking this when I was cycling. I think cycling makes me so much hungrier than running does, because when I run, you're like obviously jiggling your belly around a lot. So I think for sometimes when I'm running, after a long run, I can't really eat for like 30 to like 50 minutes afterwards, because like my stomach just needs like time to like get hungry. Whereas when I'm cycling, there's not much jiggling and I'm just purely hungry. Okay, I thought while I make my oats, we can also chit chat. So food and me currently, what my current kind of like plan is, what my situation is. So at the moment, I am running a lot, I'm cycling a lot, I'm training a lot. Therefore, I need to be eating a lot. I had a bit of a wobble, let's call it a wobble, and I feel like I've spoken about this because I feel like I have touched on the fact that like my confidence has felt a bit funny recently, and partially like some of that comes with, I obviously had an eating disorder. Sorry, I'm like talking while I'm doing this. I had an eating disorder when I was younger, and I've spoken about that on YouTube, and my relationship now with my body is so positive. I am so grateful for my body. I love it. It's so much more than the way it looks or the number on the scale. But sometimes if I notice like weight gain, it's hard not to kind of have those negative narratives come into your head. And I still struggle with that. Like, I'll be completely honest with you guys. Like, even though I have this new understanding and newfound love for my body, like I still have those weeks or those days where I'm like, oh, like, do I need to like lose weight? Would I feel better if I was smaller? And ultimately the answer is no to both those things. The size I am is never gonna make me happy. The way my body looks is never gonna make me happy. Ultimately, the smallest I've been in my life always correlates to the worse my mental health is. Yeah, I had a little bit of a wobble with it over the past few weeks, and that is because from how my clothes fit, from how I look, I can see that I have gained weight since moving to the US, but that is like so normal. Like, my life has been a lot more unstructured. I go out for a lot more meals. I drink a little bit more than I did when I was in the UK, because I'm just in this super social phase of my life. And I feel like that's completely natural, and also fluctuations are completely natural. Sometimes I will sit and compare myself to my body when I ran a marathon last year, and I'm like, it's just like, you were running like 70 to 80 to 100 kilometers some weeks sometimes. Like, obviously your body is not going to look like that now because you're not running that much and you're prioritizing your social life. And I just wanted to share it because I'm sure some people probably think that the way I speak about my body and how my relationship is now with my body, that like maybe I don't have those weeks or those struggles, but I definitely do. So if anybody else does hit like that kind of wobble, or going through a phase where maybe they're feeling like they've put on a little bit of weight or gained a little bit of weight, like, that is not a negative thing. I just feel like we've been raised to think that any form of weight gain is negative. And actually, when I look at my body now, it feels so much stronger. My bum has come back, like my quads look bigger, and I feel like I just feel stronger when I'm running. I feel stronger when I'm cycling, and I feel stronger in the gym, especially like on my legs. And actually those things make me feel better than if I was cutting down my calories, chasing a dress size, and just feeling weak because I wasn't properly nourishing my body for all of the exercise and for how I want to perform. I've just popped 20 grams of protein in that as well. I'm having 60 grams of oats and some milk, and then I'm gonna put some bananas and strawberries and Milky Way stars on top because I need all the energy I can get. Currently what I'm doing for my calories and my macros is I track using MyFitnessPal, and I go through phases where like I won't really track, and I go through phases where I do track, but personally I find tracking calories useful for me. I know it's not for everybody, and I know coming off the back of an ED, it's not advised for some people. However, tracking my calories makes sure that I'm hitting my target and I'm not under eating. So I set my MyFitnessPal to my maintenance calories, which is 2,200. I put in my protein target. I will track as I go throughout the day. If I go over those calories, it is not the be all and end all. I really don't panic. If anything, because I'm at maintenance and I'm doing quite a lot of like endurance and exercise at the moment, that will probably take me under. So actually days where I go over, it literally doesn't even matter. I don't even blink an eyelid. It's more so to make sure that I'm at least meeting my maintenance calories, and I'm definitely meeting my protein target. How good does that look? There is nothing that brings me more joy than a big bowl of oats after a form of cardio. Missed the morning sun on the balcony, but I'm gonna sit here and have my oats, and then it's time to get ready and crack into the day. And I've decided to bring my laptop outside because it is so sunny today, and there's been a massive like gloom over Santa Monica for the past like couple of days really, so I'm taking full advantage. The UV is 6, it's 20 degrees. I'm gonna be sat out here as long as my laptop has charge so I can do some work and catch some rays. So this is lunch. These look so tasty. So I used chicken mince instead of turkey, and then I've got some of the Greek, I forgot food in my chat, I think I did. And then I used some of the guacamole they haven't Trader Joe's, but it's made with Greek yogurt, so it's actually a little bit higher protein, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I've got 4 lovely little tacos that we're gonna eat for lunch. It's time. It's time for my favorite time of the day. I don't know how I'm not sick of these yet. Like, how can you eat something every day and every day you still enjoy it as much as the first day? I have been sat trying to film this portion of the video for the past 25 minutes and I can't seem to get my words out. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I was sat in the sun for too long before I had that protein wafer, but I wanted to sit down because it's all well and good me being like, okay, I'm going into this like new, more disciplined phase. Now I'm kind of come off the back of having a relaxed few months. But if I'm not sharing with you guys like what I'm doing to help implement that, then it's kind of pretty useless. So I want to share with you the like small, sensible and sustainable steps that I take to do that. So one of the things that I'm really focusing on is like tidying up my diet. So when I say that, I do not mean dieting. I've already spoken about this earlier. I'm eating at maintenance, but it's making sure that when I'm eating, I'm fueling myself with high protein, nutritious meals. And that means including fruit and veg with every single meal, because that is going to make me feel my best. I'm getting all my micro and my macronutrients. Alongside that, focusing on sleep is also great. Having high energy levels in the day basically means you can be super productive. You can have really good runs, really good workouts. And sometimes you just need to be like your own parent in the evening and literally be like, right, it's 10 p.m. I'm going to get into bed. I'm going to have half an hour of screen time. I actually use my Whoop to track my sleep. As well as those things, being clear on your goals and what you are actually trying to achieve is very, very important. And this is kind of why I feel like I've been a bit like, woo, over the past like 2 months, 3 months. I haven't really been able to have a goal because of my injury and because of being so busy. I've not really been able to have something to aim towards. And even having the half marathon that I'm doing this weekend has just given me a little bit more purpose for my exercise, and I personally thrive off that. I know that you can't constantly have races and events to aim towards, like that's not a sustainable thing to do. You need to have those rest periods. I just personally struggle a little bit in those, but I do recognize that those periods where you don't have something to aim towards and you are just working out for fun and for yourself are super important. But if you're feeling like you want to be a bit more disciplined, you need something to aim towards, planning in a race, a high rocks, a cycle event, like whatever it is that you want to do, plot in an event, especially if you're getting into running. Something that kept me so disciplined with my running was having races. Like, I don't think I would have run a half marathon for the first time if I didn't book a race and build up towards that. I am so excited because I have actually ended up booking another marathon already this year. So I said that this year I was just gonna do 1 marathon at the end of the year and I wanted to try and PB it. I have slightly changed my plans purely because there was 1 race this year that I was really desperate to do. However, it's a world major, it's a marathon. You can't just like get into those races. It's really difficult. And some kind of magic in the air has basically meant that a company has basically given me a place for this marathon. So I am gonna be running a marathon a little bit sooner. It's not super soon, but my training block will probably start in like 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm gonna do a 16-week chunk of training. And I just cannot wait to just kick start that 16 weeks of training. Like, I thrive in a marathon training block. Like, that is my favorite period of time. I'll tell you guys more about the race when it gets closer to the time and I actually start training for it. And the final thing that I talk about all the time, so I'm not going to go on about it too much, is just like planning. Just spend a little bit of time on a Sunday to plan. That is something I've been useless at recently, and I've been kind of throwing my exercise together in the week and it just doesn't work. You'll miss workouts, you'll beat yourself up about them. That can all be eliminated if you just take a little bit of time on a Sunday, a Saturday or a Monday just before your week properly starts, and you sit down and you list out exactly what you're going to do and exactly what you're going to achieve that week. I know those points aren't like anything new, I'm not inventing the wheel here, but those are the really simple things that I notice have such a big impact on me and my routine, and I've been implementing all of those this week and I just feel so much better. And I feel like that's why I feel like today I've finally got like my kickback, because I've been on my game and I've been doing everything that I know makes me feel my best, and it makes me feel like I'm working towards achieving my goals. There we go. Okay, so it looks like it's really late. It's not that late, it's nearly 6:30. I'm gonna head off to my facial now. I thought I'd do a bit of a skin update with you all. So last year I obviously touched on the fact that like my skin just really broke out and I just didn't know why. I went to a dermatologist. Actually, I went to a few dermatologists. One of them recommended just like cutting out moisturizer, and I did that and it did help slightly. I was just getting a lot of congestion along here and under the skin spots along here, and it just basically felt like everything I was doing was like making it worse. So this lady recommended to remove like moisture from my face because she said it was just too blocked up. So I did that. It did help. It did like remove some of the spots. I then moved to LA where obviously it's very hot and it's very humid, and I just noticed my skin texture was like so dehydrated, like so dry. And this was within a week of me being here, and I was like, I need to put some form of moisturizer on my face, like this isn't okay. And I was recommended to go and see Sarah, so that's who I'm going to see now, from Bolt Beauty. She has helped so much, and I cannot even explain to you, like when somebody really validates like your concerns about your skin but also just like knows exactly how to help, it just is the nicest thing, because it's just not nice having like breakouts and feeling insecure about your skin. And I feel like now I've got to a point where it's cleared up so much. Like there's still slight congestion, and I haven't had a facial in about 6 weeks, and usually I'm supposed to go every 4 weeks, so this has been a little bit longer, so I can definitely see that it needs it along like, it's mainly like along like here on my face. I guess you can kind of see like along there, like there's still a few little spots and things like that. It's not completely gone, but it's just in a way better place. I just bloody love a facial. Like Sarah is a face wizard. She like did like this little massage on my face at the end, and I was like, I don't even want to make tea, I just want to go to bed. But she did like a big cleanse, and then we actually dermaplaned my face. I have never had my face professionally dermaplaned. It looks so like I feel like I'm fresh out the womb. I feel like she scraped every inch of Coachella that was possibly left on my face off. And she gave me some glycolic pads, so I'm going to be using these now. 2% salicylic, 2% glycolic toner with tea tree, and I'm going to be using those twice a week on a Thursday and a Friday, just on the areas that still get the build up, because that apparently like just gets in from like the inside out. I honestly just adore those facials because I feel like I really just switch off and we just have like such a nice chat. And the thing for me is like having something to do that doesn't mean that I'm on my phone, because I feel like today especially I've been very like on my phone editing. I've not had like an activity in the day or anything, like I've not gone and seen anyone, so I just feel like I've been like this. And I even went to drop off a parcel before my facial, and I was just like, the guy was like, oh, it'll be 1 minute, and I was like, okay. And I was like, why can I not just like be? Like, why can't I just like stare and read a sign or something? Like, why do I have to be like this all the time? That's partially the difficulty of like moving to the US, like being on a different time zone. So I feel like I'm on my phone as soon as I wake up, because I'm getting messages from people in the UK and I want to message my family, my friends, I want to keep up with them. I'm getting work messages from the UK, so I'm on it and I'm doing all that stuff. And then in the evenings, I'm just like in this routine of being glued to my phone all day that I'm just aimlessly scrolling, and I just really need to like get better. I did read my book when I woke up this morning and I sat on the balcony, and that like really helped and felt really like refreshing. I was like, this shouldn't feel this refreshing, like this should feel kind of normal. So if anyone has any tips for like doom scrolling, please just send them my way. I would absolutely love them. That's definitely something that I want to be working on. Oh my goodness, my little hair, my little space bun there. Dinner, that's basically dinner. Okay, so for dinner today, I am going to be making some cauliflower gnocchi that I'm just obsessed with. with some salmon on top and then some spinach and broccoli. Okay guys, while dinner's cooking, I have made a crack on packing for my half marathon. As you watch this, I will have run my first half marathon of the year. God, I'm so excited. I'm just so like happy that I'm like back and I'm running again and like I'm running the distances that I wanted to run. Honestly, like going into this run, I know everybody says like, oh, I'm just like running it like, you know, for fun, but like this is completely for fun. Like I am not putting any pressure on time or distance. In fact, I think I'm literally gonna put my Apple Watch like under my arm, maybe even like around my ankle or something, so I'm just not looking at it because the run, so I'm going to Ventura for this run. Let me just, I like I need to like settle me into my bed here. So I'm going to Ventura for this run and it is called the Mountains to Beach Run. So let's use our imagination for a second. It goes from the mountains to the beach, but I have to be at the shuttle bus at 3:30 a.m. for the run. For it to leave at 4, then once it leaves at 4, we drive, we get to the mountains where the race will begin, and then I don't run till 6. So I've got like a 2-hour wait time, so I'm packing like oats, bananas, protein wafers. I need to pack like way more food. Dinner is served. Okay guys, I am gonna sign off before I eat this. And next week's video is gonna be this week's worth of workouts, including my half marathon that I'm running on Sunday. I am so close to 100,000 subscribers right now. I could actually burst just like the thought of that many people. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully next week we will have hit that 100K. But have a good rest of your Sunday and I'll see you next week.